Hi guys, Kim here. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed God is king. So firstly, I had such a bizarre dream last night that I'm beginning to unfold. It's actually quite funny. Let me set the stage for you. There I am in this canyon, really deep, beautiful setting with gigantic trees, huge waterfall to my right, and then a river below me. And there are people behind me standing on the side of the cliff. Then I'm on this rickety bridge leading over the canyon that's made of wood. I'm halfway over the bridge, so I can't go back as half the planks are broken and missing, so I have to keep going forward. But there's this bloody great elephant blocking my view, so all I can see is the elephant's arse. I actually woke up laughing. I thought this is exactly how I feel right now. I've got no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. I'm simply putting one foot in front of the next and running to nature whenever I get overwhelmed by this place. I have been dreaming a great deal about elephants in various forms over the last week or so I might have something to do with Ganesh, but then this morning I thought it was about the elephant in the room that's making me blind due to my lack of ability to express the depths of my fears. There is a craziness in the air right now, like I'm in a zone surrounded by crazed lunatics that want to hurt me for no reason other than the fact that they can't control their own world, so their only expression is that they want to control mine, as this is the only way that they know how to deal with their fear and that lack of control over what's hidden. Seriously, I saw one of my neighbours vacuuming the garden the other day. I had to laugh at the lunacy. Okay, so what do we do about this? What was my dream telling me? When I asked the question this morning, the answer I received was, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed God is king. Now, for some reason, that statement meant to me to focus on things in a balanced perspective, that there are two sides to every story, and once you have the two sides, then you can have the one-eyed view. And if we can have a balanced view on it, it may be a good thing, or it may be a bad thing. It just seems to me that the issue disappears from my sphere, so there's no need for me to focus on it anymore. So what do I need to do to navigate the bridge? Within that lay the question, or the necessity in me, to balance my own views, rather than looking at the outside world as, what are they doing to us? To change that thinking around, to have a balanced view of what inside of me is not seeing this bizarre reality from a balanced perspective. Contemplating that idea, there may be another side to anything that I'm not considering. Yeah, I know, pretty abstract. So let me give you an example. I have my own thoughts on that thing that shall not be named being forced into people. For me personally, it's an option I will never take, no matter how the external world tries to force me. There's a lot of talk about how bad it is for you and how it affects people. But a balanced view on it might be that it does no harm whatsoever, and that it's been put in place for a particular reason that we are not aware of, and that it actually might have contents in it that at a particular time will have a particular effect that's needed for these people to instantly be connected to source. So for those who have been previously asleep and unaware, that they will suddenly know God. Might be far-fetched, but it brings me the peace in the idea that there could be another way of looking at this. I have for the longest time thought that these things that have been done unto us by those people whom we have speculated on who they are over and over, that maybe they are not bad. How can that be? How can destroying nature not be bad? How can taking children against their will and doing untold horrible things to them not be bad? How can I balance this perspective? Now, this is extremely awkward for me to express, and it's not necessarily my view. I'm just trying to navigate very murky water here, so here goes. The only possible way I can balance those views is to completely and absolutely know that this is one gigantic, very clever illusion, and that this has been put into place for the purpose of us expanding our consciousness. And therefore, if it is an illusion, then it may or may not be true. As from my as in what I'm looking through, personal perspective, I personally have not seen it play out in my world, but it is a very complex subject, as when I go into it further, how can I deny that it's happening when I reflect upon the pain and suffering for all the people that are enduring it under the control of its domain? But the world is the stage, and each of us chooses our own journey by which we reach the awareness that we have to reach, however brutal that reality might be. I, for one, have undergone obscene examples in this horrible place of life, simply through not understanding and controlling my own fear of said illusion. So, in conclusion, I have to say that my elephant and myself are trying to bring my focus into my eye, as this is necessary to bring my view into the balance required, as it's two sides of the same story being played out by some gigantic narcissistic dream for the purposes of our soul to know who it is. One thing I will say is that music is a great outlet, and during the last year I had a fixation on a song called Once in a Lifetime by Stick Figure. You can listen to the 432Hz version of it here. I'll give you the link below. The 432Hz is the love frequency in connecting to the divine. It helped me, it might help you. This was an extremely sticky subject for me to navigate, and I apologise profusely if it's given any offence. None was ever intended. It was merely me voicing an opinion of something that I have no way of controlling other than trying to broaden my perspective to gain some peace of mind and balance during this undulating journey over my rickety bridge with my elephant's butt right in front of me. Thanks for listening.